Now then, this wooden coffee pot was given to me by Simon Bexfield of 3D Printers, and he said to me, it's a lovely little wooden pot and you can make it into a gunpowder barrel. That would be fun for you, wouldn't it, Steve? Since he knew about my interest in pyrotechnics and things. So I took him up on the challenge, and this is what I made. Now, as you can see, I've blackened the outside and I've put copper banding on it, because you wouldn't have steel banding on a gunpowder barrel because that would make sparks. So you have to have copper, which is a non-sparking material. Now, I'd made this thing and then I started thinking, well, Simon's into puzzles and so am I, so why don't I turn this thing into a puzzle? So I had a play with it and have generated something quite interesting. Now, it's a sequential discovery puzzle. And this means that you have to try and figure out where the tools are and how to open it. So by playing around with this thing, you fiddle around, you eventually find that this rivet over here is a bit loose, and you can take it out. And there's a little hex key on the end of it. That little hex key fits in here and allows you to undo this screw. It's a very long screw, so it takes a little while, so bear with me. Right then, so now I have a little threaded grub screw, or quite a long threaded grub screw, and a brass rivet with a hex key on the end. What do I do with these? Well, you have to take out all the other rivets. So starting at the bottom, I'm putting these things out. You can pull them all out, and what you find is there's a big hole in this side here with some sort of screw or flathead screwdriver fitting at the bottom, but you don't have a flathead screwdriver. But there's also a countersunk hole this side, into which you can put a threaded grub screw. You can screw that all the way in. Keep on screwing like this. Oops. Once you've got bored of screwing that in, you find that the bit on the other side has now poked out, because that screw thread has gone in and pushed this out, and that was originally held on a magnet, but now it's been pushed away from the magnet, it can be pulled out. That's a little aluminium tube with some screws on each end. So if you undo the screws, you're presented with a couple of Swanvesta matches. So I've got a barrel of gunpowder and some matches. Sounds interesting. Right then, you proceed to pull all the other rivets out. Stiff. There we go, got that off as well. So, now we're presented with a striker board for the matches and what looks like a bit of green string. Now this bit of green string is actually visco fuse or firework fuse, and it happens to fit rather nicely in this little hole at the top here. So, now we have a gunpowder barrel with a fuse, 2 Swanvesta matches and a striker board. Yes, you've guessed it. What we have to do is set fire to the fuse and run away.
Yeah, run away very, very quickly.
Tonight.